Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video, and we are here at Navarra in Spain for the beginning of my Road to 2K Formula series. And we have somehow managed to qualify up in second after very minimal practice. And I can tell you right now, this track is going to bring plenty of crashes because it is a very undulant track. It goes up and down and the rear tires just spin on some of the exits. But here we go, we are going off 5 or 4 red lights, and they're out and we are underway. We get a pretty bad start in comparison to the car on our left, although I felt like it was actually alright. But we are going to be already down one position into P3, but now it's all about holding our position and trying not to concede any more to the drivers behind. But the driver on the outside goes a bit wide, so we're going to try send a move down the inside. We squeeze him right out, keeping ourselves on track, but he managed to hold the position, and in my opinion it was maybe a little bit of a illegal overtake there as he was right on the outside. But we go on anyway. A little bit of contact with the car behind is going to put us up onto 4x, which isn't a great start, but it's okay. But we just got to settle down and get on with it without any more incidents, hopefully, and keep it nice and clean. We know we have decent pace in comparison to all the other drivers. We are not in a very high split, to be honest. So hopefully we can make the most of this and maybe get, or hoping for a P3 podium finish. That's the aim. We'll go through this next corner and you can see the leader gets a little bit wide, and that's giving Harry Haran an opportunity for a move here as you go into the sharp left corner. Michael goes super wide and they're going to be side by side. We're going to go for a move around the outside. We have Harry Haran on our inside. Michael goes a bit wide. We make a bit of contact. And oh, that's launched us right in the air. And that is 100% on me as we concede another position to Austin, who sends it down the inside, making the most of that opportunity. And wow, I have just completely chewed on my own words there. And that is not a great start at all. We are already up to 8x. And I have put one driver right completely out of the race. Oh, okay, can this get any worse? But here is a replay then of that accident. You can see he runs it super wide, and that gives us an opportunity around the outside. He then runs it wide on the exit of this corner, and we just don't get out of throttle quick enough, and we just clip his rear end, and that spins him right around. But now we return to the live action on lap 3. Terrence is all over the back of us in the Red Bull livery, and I think he's going for a move here, so I give him a bit of space, but then he doesn't, and then he does, and that is him up the inside of us on the sweeper. And I can tell you right now, at that point I was a little bit annoyed because that is a bit of a sketchy move, but to be fair, he got it done cleanly without any contact, probably thanks to me giving him tons of room. But now we've got to try stick with him and see what we can do. Maybe he'll make a mistake and we'll pounce on it. That's the hope. But we stick in a slipstream, we fake for a move down the inside, not actually planning to go for one, and we almost run straight into his rear end. But in actual, that is actually a pretty good move, or keeping it nice and clean. We gained a lot of space, but there's a car flickering on the inside of that curb, and I think it's a glitch because even in practice there's always a car on the inside of that corner and they just constantly glitching, and that put me off a little bit. So I've lost about 4 tenths to Terrence in front. But now we go through, we've got 2 corners left in the lap, and we are already on 8x, possibly more, with a few off tracks, and it's not looking the greatest. Even though we have put in a lap pretty similar to Terrence in front, it has not been great. But here's a replay then of Terrence's overtake on us into the sweeper. And you see he shapes the inside, and then he just preys on us, making it a little bit wide, giving him the space, and he just moves up into the podium position, and that's us down into P4. Here we are, lap 4 now, and we have managed to stick with him. He's still within a second, but we get another off track, and that is a real challenge at this track. They're so tight on there and very strict on their lines, but we are keeping it nice and close to him now. We're still actually under 5 tenths now, but you can just see on the straight here how he completely pulls away. At the time I wasn't quite sure what it was, but I think it may have something to do with my front wing damage that I picked up from that little accident on lap 1. Although this time our slipstream has allowed us to keep a little bit closer to him, but still he does keep pulling away. And this turn 1, this like sequence of corners there, is completely messes with me. I cannot do it to save my life, and that is gonna, look how much time I've lost, about 6 tenths there just through that section. But now we go on to lap 7, and keep your eye on the relative board on the right for Austin's name, as he is 8 seconds ahead now. But now you can see it suddenly drops, and rapidly so. And as we come into this corner, you'll see a ton of smoke off to the right, and that means he must have had a spin or made some kind of mistake. And yes, he has. You can see him, he's just up there in front, and maybe this is going to give Terence and myself an opportunity to move up the podium positions, or me into the podium positions and Terence into second. But I don't think I'm going to have the pace. But anyway, here is a replay of what happened, and he just takes it a little bit too hot into the corner, and his rears just spin and slide out, and he has spun around. But we are now on lap 11, and I have not been able to keep pace with them. They have pulled a gap of about 7 seconds each to me, and they are fighting. So my only hope now is for one of them to crash into the other, or both of them take each other out. And maybe something like that has happened, as Terence's lap times or relative has come right down. There he is, super slow, within 2 seconds now. And maybe this is an opportunity that we can pounce on and get ourselves up into the podium places. But we get off another off track, and we are super bad in that corner and this final corner as well. But now as we come to the final lap, we're going through the final corner, just aiming not to get an off track, as we're already on 15 out of 17. We are very close to disqualification, but we have managed to hold P4, not make any more moves. But look how close Darren is behind us, 0.7. If we had had another lap, we probably would have dropped to P5. But here are the results then. In all, it wasn't a terrible race. We managed to gain 56 iRating, which is pretty good, although we lost 0.12 safety rating. So we are dropping lower in that aspect, which isn't great, as I do want to get back up to B class. But it's alright for now. And with that, I hope you guys did enjoy episode 1 of my road to 2K iRating. And catch me next time for wherever F4 is at next. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.